Hi, this is Zak Mir with US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe. It is Wednesday, the 10th of July. Starting off with the S&P and progress within this rising trend channel that's been in place since back in September. 5,800, the notional top of that channel. We're looking for that while we're above recent resistance around 55.10. Worst case at the moment is we obviously have to head back down to the floor of the last gap and the floor of the price channel there at 53.80. But at the moment, hoping that we'll stay on the right side of 5,500. Onto the Nasdaq and the Nasdaq 100, that is. Here we've got stability, relative stability above the 20,000 level, which just a few months ago seemed to be impossible. Top of the channel there heading for 21,300. We're looking for that really while we're above a recent resistance around 19,900. RSI obviously very overbought at 77, but in a strong trending market that can stay like that for quite some time. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with the stock which I think we looked at a while back, but here we've got 180 Life Sciences with a potential rising trend channel base. We've powered through the 50-day moving average after a couple of attempts to break through it around $1.75, and above that, looking for the top of that rising trend channel from February as high as $5.30 by the end of next month. Ideally, we stay above recent resistance in the $2.20 zone ahead of a move to $5 plus. Arlo is next, and here you can see that we've had a gap through resistance, which is normally a very strong signal. Rising trend channel there from January, top of the channel there heading for $20. We're looking for that as soon as the end of this month, especially while there's no end of day close back below recent resistance around $14.50. Ideally, we stay on the right side at $15.50. Next up is Athera, and here a beautiful breakout there for the shares through the main $2.80 resistance. Above that, we're looking at the top of that rising trend channel from November. That's heading up to $5, and we can see that hopefully as soon as the end of this month. Moving on to Expensify, and here the picture is one of positivity, as you might expect, gapping through the 50-day line after an extended base there. Recent resistance around the $1.80 level, and the longer we can stay above that, the greater the chance of a move to $3 as soon as the end of next month. Chimera is next, and here we've got a decent breakthrough the 50-day line, which is rising, also through recent resistance there around $36.50. Above that, looking for the top of that broadening triangle top from January as high as $50 by the end of next month. But the key here is staying on the right side of that old June resistance. Longer Baron is next, and here a happy picture in terms of the breakthrough that the shares have managed. It looks like a U-shaped turnaround here, and that means that the top of that falling trend channel, which was our initial target there, $3.50, will hopefully be the minimum on the upside. Probably looking for the shares to hit a line of resistance, which I'm just drawing at the moment, maybe up towards $8 plus, but that would have to be obviously later in the summer. But a good look there with the bounce off the 50-day line, and that, as I said, that U-shaped or saucer-shaped turnaround. Pineapple is next, and here the picture is one of gapping through a rising 50-day line, a very strong signal there. The 50-day line there around $1.80. The longer we stay above that, the greater the chance of a retest of basically the old May resistance through $5, and actually potentially up to the top of that rising trend channel base and the top of the gap down from February up to $6.80. But again, that's something for August, September, not for July. The key here is staying above that 50-day line. On to a big mover, and here it comes in the form of Sologenics, a massive gap through 50-day line, bear trap gap reversal as well, and ideally we stay above recent resistance around the $6.60 level, ahead of a move up to $17.50 in the top of that triangle. Time frame on that ideally by the end of this month. Moving on to a new name for us, which is Unicure, and here a real handbrake turn in terms of the price action. So we were heading south at quite a rate, but gapped up through recent resistance around $5.60, and we're looking for up to $7.80 by the end of this month, especially while we can remain above the $5.50, $5.60 zone. Looked at Zapp yesterday, and we're looking at it again today because the shares have rocketed. We had our second target there around $13, and there's a third target as high as $30 by the end of this month. It really looks as though the shares have inspired the market. Finishing off with another new name, and it is Zyversa Therapeutics. Strange sort of pattern, but what you can see here is that looks like we might have a rally on the second time of asking. We had a failed trend line break back in June, and we're having a second go here at a lower level around $4, above $4, looking for the shares to hit May resistance around $6.60 by the end of this month. That's it for me today. More updates tomorrow.